Hi, Mr. Ford here, and welcome to Multi-Digit Subtraction Review. Content covered in this video includes subtraction terms, multi-digit subtraction, and multi-digit subtraction with multiple regroupings. Let's get started. So first off, in subtraction terms, we have our minuend. The minuend is the large number, the number we are subtracting from. In the case of a vertical subtraction problem, like what we have written here, the minuend will always be the number up at the top. Underneath that number is the subtrahend. The subtrahend is how much we are subtracting, how much we're removing from that minuend. The subtraction symbol is a dash found on the left side of the problem. The difference goes at the bottom. This is the answer, the difference between the minuend, that large number, and the subtrahend. And the equals symbol, or vinculum, in this case, is the long line found in other vertical operations problems. Let's try some examples. So just like in addition, we start in the smallest place value. We're starting over in the ones. We're subtracting the subtrahend from the minuend. This means that we are subtracting the bottom number from the top. In this case, 2 subtract 1 equals 1. In this tens place value, we have 3 and 8. We cannot subtract 8 from 3 because 8 is part of the subtrahend. We have to subtract the bottom number from the top. So in this case, we're going to need to regroup, sometimes called borrowing. By regrouping, we take a 10 from the next largest place value and move it to the place value we're working on. In this case, the 2 from 200 becomes 1, and the 3 from 30 becomes 13. Now we can subtract 8 from 13 and get 5. Moving on to the next place value, we're no longer subtracting 2 from 0, we're subtracting 1, so 1 subtract 0 is 1. And last but not least, 8 subtract 1 is 7, to give us 7,151 as our difference. Now what happens if we have to regroup or borrow twice? Well, let's head on over and do this larger number here, 64,229 subtract 39,088. 9 subtract 8 equals 1. We come over to the tens place, and again, we have to regroup. We can't take 8 from 2 because the 2 is part of our larger number, our minuend. We have to regroup. We borrow or regroup from the hundreds place, that 2 becomes a 1, and the 2 in our tens place becomes 12. 12 subtract 8 is 4. 1 subtract 0 is still 1. We come to the thousands place value, and we have 4 subtract 9. Again, we can't subtract 9 from 4. It's too large, so we need to regroup from the 10,000s. That 60,000 now becomes 5. That 4,000 now becomes 14. 14 subtract 9 equals 5. And we're left with our last place value. 5 subtract 3 is 2, for a difference of 25,141. I'm Mr. Ford, and this has been Multi-Digit Subtraction Review. Content covered in this video includes subtraction terms, multi-digit subtraction, and multi-digit subtraction with multiple regroupings.